correct running and gym split is usually down to, I've got kids, I've got to work late, I just want some beers.
I like beer! So sorry.
But imagine the world aligned and you could go out for a run and you could lift the days that you wanted to. You get to pick them. I'm going to show you the perfect way to split up your week. This is exactly how I write my runners' plans, who run about 3 to 4 times a week, like normal running people, humans do, and how we make sure we don't get injured and always perform amazing. This lad just shaved off 5 minutes off his 10k over the last 2 to 3 months, doing this exact split. It's pretty good, right? I can apologise that it's really sweaty. You know that day it was like 38 degrees in England? I'm filming today. I want to divert you for 30 seconds. If you want to try what we're about to talk about alongside your running, there is a plan which is cheap as hell for 6 weeks, right in the description below. You can run it directly alongside your running and not get injured, and maybe get a little bit stronger. This is the perfect split. Every good week starts on a Monday. Don't really understand, some of my coaching things start on Sunday. Absolutely bonkers. Let's hit day by day and explain what's happening here. Monday, we are going to lift. Ideally, you're going to be kind of freshest on a Monday, so let's get some bang for buck. Big session, create some stimulus, create some change. I'm going to get that main lifting session, emphasize the main there, on a Monday. For sure, if you really wanted to and you're super keen, you could bash an easy run or some kind of CV at the end of this, but it's our main point of our week. This is what a session might look like for one of my athletes who's doing running concurrently with their lifting to make sure they're beautifully performing well. The next day, this is going to be your easy run. I'm sure every single one of you have got these. This is the zone 2. I'm going to get this up for a second. This is how we calculate pacings. Obviously, easy run is a little bit more to do with heart rate, 135 to 150. Let's keep it around there. But I will tend to use this pacing chart to designate times and running stuff for my athletes. This is from the 10k runner I showed you earlier, and we've just made a change in his running and his pacings. So he'll be running somewhere on this easy run spectrum, so those pacings for his designated amount of time. Wednesday. Now, you're thinking, I don't want to run 2 days in a row, but you just had an easy run, should have been okay. Today is where you hit your intervals, your hard sessions, your tempos. This is what is going to make you faster. Anything you're essentially working on in your running, it sits here. It's the most important running session of your week because you're working on something that is probably going to be your weakness. Therefore, it is hard. More than likely, we're going to be right down below a bottom case of these, like VO2, interval work, up tempo work. All these zones are going to be hit and hit hard. Thursday, this is going to be our supplementary lifting session. It might not be hit as hard as our Monday lifting session, and because it's following the hard run we did yesterday, but it's still key. We're probably sprinkling upper body, a little bit more core resilience work, but we're probably not hitting those heavy weights. That was reserved for Monday. This is supplementary. We're keeping ourselves ticking over and beautifully healthy. Friday. Now this one is a little bit up to choice. It does totally depend on what you're training for currently. Most of you will put in an easy run here, something to bring it down, building aerobic base if we think about that 80-20 split kind of protocol. Or this is where if you're an athlete and you think, actually, I just want to go cardiorespiratory, I don't want to have heavy load through my legs. I will quite happily write you in a plyo prep session, and then you will do your aerobic work on a Concept 2 bike and assault bike, something like the Bristol method. It's going to be off-feet conditioning. Still going to help our running, but we're getting the cardiorespiratory effect, so you don't have to run, but we're still getting 3 runs a week. But it sits here. But by all means, go do your easy run. But remember, plyo prep before. Keep that ticking over. Saturday. Over the weekend, you're essentially going to fit in your long run. Easy. Ideally, we're doing it Saturday, so we leave Sunday as a complete day of rest. And that's going to hit us hard because we get a nice 24 hours, chilling, probably 48 hours, to go into a heavy lifting session on Monday. And that is going to be perfect because a lot of the mileage is coming from your long run, so it's going to be a little bit harder on the body, and we have to recover from that nice dosage of that week. There it is, everybody. The perfect running plan for you. And if you want to see that in action, This is Sam's ideal week. Obviously, we change stuff around depending on his schedule for his running, his picking up kids, his work. We change stuff, but it's a similar order, mainly because of this reason, and this is why we do in that particular order. I do a version of high, low intensity training. So we have a high intensity followed by a low intensity, followed by a high, you can kind of see where I'm going here, and then some mediums and kind of rest. We're able to fluctuate the intensity throughout the week, so we have these mini peaks that I really want you to gas it, and the rest of it we tone it down, and this is building our base and building longevity. So we hit our hard sessions hard, and we hit our easy sessions moderately hard. If you have enjoyed this explanation and you want to take home this perfect week, remember, you can download that program, you can run it alongside your running sessions. 6 weeks, it is cheap as chips. But any coaches that are watching this, or runners, enthusiasts that want to go deep, I'm looking at you. I have a seminar on the structure and the reasoning over this. It's a little bit longer, 30-40 minute watch, but we go hard, in depth, and you might learn something that applies to you or your clients. Just comment down below, strength, and I'm going to send the link that is going to go straight to your email inbox, and you can watch that webinar. It's not on YouTube. So remember, like, subscribe, and comment if you want that webinar, or just go download that 6-week program to accommodate it next to your runs. And let me know how it goes.